Well, greetings and hello there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I have an open-ended question for everybody, and I'm not even sure I have the answer to give you today, but I think it's worth starting a discussion. We were talking about it on stream today. It's come up in the past. I've had comments on videos about it, and the question is, where really should you be doing or adding your first Omicrons in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Now, traditionally speaking and over time, we've always talked about your first Omicrons being on Wampa for Grand Arena, Qui-Gon Jinn for Grand Arena, maybe Captain Rex for Grand Arena. But as the game, progresses along and Grand Arena becomes kind of, for new accounts, Grand Arena is almost a dead game mode. I don't know what else to say, but with Grand Arena being like, I hate this discussion. I hate that Grand Arena is what it is for lower level. I hate that you have started the game in the last 2 to 6 months to a year, and you're playing and you're trying to go free to play, you're spending a little bit of money here, you bought several Lightspeed bundles, and all you face off in Grand Arena is these giant accounts. So you either go and get your 10 points and they don't play, or you go out there and you get your 10 points and then they come and stomp you. You might clear a territory or two or a team. I hate the state of Grand Arena in Carbonite, and I'm going to say even in Bronzium, is atrocious. It's atrocious, and that's not what I'm here to talk about, but it is a direct impact on why we're talking about this today. Where should your first Omicrons go on your roster? And I'm taking a look at my new roster, and like I mentioned, I have traditionally looked at Wampa being the first Omicron because this Grand Arena Omicron on Wampa is crazy, and we watch it all the time. It is so much fun when you get in Grand Arena, you get a team that Wampa can kill, and you just go to town with Wampa. It is so much fun to add this Omicron. Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron, same story. When you look at your roster and you're farming the Poncho Bros and you're farming, put these three guys under a Qui-Gon Jinn leader Omicron in Grand Arena, and really good thing. This is an end game Omicron. Excuse me, on Qui-Gon Jinn. End game. The Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron team is used all the way to the end of the game. And it's really, really good, but is it worth it for you in early? And I'm going to look. I haven't looked yet. I have not looked yet. My next Grand Arena matchup, I lost the first round, and we lose it to somebody that's got a roster that is 3 times the size of my roster with a bunch of relics I don't have. And my only victory there is taking away that I was able to beat a Relic Phoenix team. Our next opponent is actually a real matchup, and actually okay, so I actually got a real matchup in here for Grand Arena. So look at me, I might win a round of Grand Arena this time around. Let's take a look. Here's another. This is a bunch of relic characters. You just can't get those good matchups, or they're few and far between. So here's the question. Are our, that's waters backward, there you go, Carbonite 5, 2 Galactic Legends. That's typically what you find here. It just hits us all the time. It's at least 70% of the time. This is the kind of roster we're facing down at Carbonite 5. So, is it worth me investing in a Wampa Omicron when I can't use it against Galactic Legends and I can't use it against... But what should our first Omicrons be? And when we talk about alternatives, because we've always talked about those Grand Arena Omicrons being first, alternatives would be something like a Padawan Obi-Wan Omicron. I could add his Zeta right here, and I've got what did I say, 14, I'll be at an Omicron pretty shortly, and the Padawan Obi-Wan Omicron makes him like he's a Galactic Legend in Conquest, is what it turned. Just all of the... Everything you get in I mean, look at that. Look at the text. Look at the text. It goes on for days and days. The text is there. That's like 4 times as long as Luminara Unduli's entire kit. Okay? So maybe this is where we go with one of our first Omicrons, right? With Grand Arena being mostly dead for us, and we're not going to be succeeding, maybe we take this Omicron, put it in Conquest, and I mentioned in chat today by Aligal, you save a bunch of time, you go through Conquest much more quickly, you get yourself an extra crate or two along the way. Like right now, I have 2 basic Conquest squads. Yeah, my Phoenix are just running right through Conquest, no problem. My Imperial Troopers are doing okay in Conquest. If they don't go first, they struggle. And they're starting to fade toward phase 4 of easy Conquest. My Bounty Hunters were good for the first couple of phases, and now they're just no good at all. If I could get these 2 going in Conquest, maybe I'd throw Qui-Gon out there with them, find a couple of their Jedi. I mean, I'm working on Anakin, right? Let's look at my Jedi here. Yeah, we could get like a Qui-Gon Jinn lead, even though it's not as good as without the Omicron. I still would be adding speed to my Jedi, right? That's not such a bad thing. I get Qui-Gon Jinn, I get Padawan Obi-Wan Master Qui-Gon out there with the Padawan Obi-Wan Omicron. Maybe throw Mace Windu in, and I don't know, Old Ben, Ahsoka, something like that. And that's a team in easy or normal Conquest with the Omicron on Padawan Obi-Wan that could do a lot of damage and get me to an extra crate in Conquest that I might not be getting right now. And granted, I don't feel like the crates, you know, one crate to another, there's Gear 3 and Gear 4. That's a pretty solid upgrade. It's not like a massive upgrade, but you do this 4, 5, 6, 7, 20 times. I got some mod materials in there too. I might get to that gold line crate anyway, but this is a much better. So the crates are really improving here toward the end of easy Conquest. So maybe Padawan Obi-Wan is my first Omicron. That's something to think about there. The second thought process I have is I'm never much for territory battles Omicrons, except for maybe Jedi Knight Cal Kestis when you get into the rote and everything. But what about some territory wars Omicrons? If you want to help yourself and get into a better guild, a guild that really wants you around, maybe you invest your first Omicrons into territory wars instead of investing in dead game mode Grand Arena, dead early game mode Grand Arena, and Conquest where the crates are improving, but not like massively improving, although there's a pretty good improvement there in easy. We look at like a territory wars Omicron like Hera Syndulla. You know, Hera has it here. I mean, while in territory wars, Phoenix allies have plus 30% counter chance. That's 100%, boys and girls. 50% max health, 30 speed. And when she uses backup plan, they all get backup plan for 3 turns. And the first time each other Phoenix ally falls below 50% health, she gains 80% turn meter. Whenever a Phoenix ally uses a special ability, they all gain 10% offense stacking until they're defeated. That's a pretty dang good territory wars Omicron, and you're all farming the Phoenix. If you want to boost up your territory wars cred, you know, maybe that's your first Omicron. And this is, my thinking is changing a lot on this, a lot lately on this, because I've already said it. I just feel like Grand Arena and Carbonite is a dead game mode. And you go in there and play and do what you can do, but it's not like you can't plan out a roster to succeed in Grand Arena until you get deep into the game. I'd say mid-Erodiums are the first place there, and you're gonna be punching up there, but with all the Lightspeed bundles out there, it's almost impossible to plan your roster around Grand Arena anymore as a new or early account. It just is. Another Omicron, you know, a Territory Wars Omicron you might think about if you're farming up your Geonosians. Poggle has an amazing Omicron down here. While in Territory Wars, if there are no enemy galactic legends and all allies are Geonosian, at the start of battle and the first time an ally is summoned, immediately if you have your Zeta on Geobrood Alpha, Geonosian allies gain Geobrood until the end of battle until they're defeated, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Geonosian Brood, plus 20% max health, max protection, offense, tenacity, and 10 speed for each Geo ally. That's 40 speed, boys and girls. And when this character is defeated, revive them at 100% health, protection, and turn meter. That is a baller. Territory Wars Omicron. And you will see even late game, I mean, this gets used all the way through Territory Wars. Your guild will love you for having this Territory Wars Omicron and Territory Wars because because generally speaking, you match up against guilds that have similar galactic power to you. Territory Wars, not a dead game mode. Not a dead game mode. One more Omicron we can look at here for Territory Wars. If you're farming up your Grievous team, which I'm really not right now. It's not on Grievous, sorry, I'm looking in the wrong place. If you're farming up your Grievous team, I farm Droidica because on Droidica's node, you've got Xandu Blood that I need to have in my Executor, so that's why I'm farming that. But Droidica has a great Omicron for Territory Wars. While in Territory Wars, if all allies are Separatist droids, General Grievous team, right? Droidica gains damage immunity for 1 turn at the start of the encounter, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Droidica also gains 1 stack of charge for 1 turn whenever another ally takes a turn. Usually it takes him taking a turn. When Droidica has stacks of charge, it adds damage to that special. Whenever, a lot of damage, by the way, if you're stacking up like 5, 6, 10 of them. Make a Droidica really slow, damage immunity, build up the stack of charge, boom, one-shot somebody. Whenever an ally is marked, Droidica gains 25% max health stacking until the end of the encounter, and the ally in the leader slot gains 20% turn meter. That's General Grievous. At the start of each turn, if Droidica has damage immunity, all allies are immune to daze and stun. While Droidica is marked, all other allies have plus 25% potency and 25 speed. The first time Droidica is defeated while marked, an ally is active. Revive all allies at the end of the turn, then all allies recover 100% health at the start of the Droidica's turn. All allies recover 10% health protection. That is an amazing Territory Wars Omicron that lasts well into the late game, even into the end game. Boys, girls, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time for us, and I'll probably make a Grand Arena Carbonite is Dead video sometime soon. I think it's a dead game mode. I hate saying that. It's unfortunate. And all of you will be in Carbonite and then Bronzium. Those are just 2. When you're in Grand Arena in those, it's just dead. It's just an absolute, there's just no gameplay there. Maybe it's time to start rethinking, and I've got my video out there. What are your first 10 Omicrons? And a lot of these Omicrons are, the Droidica's included in there. The Padawan Obi-Wan's included in there. Hera is included in there. And your Geo, your Poggle one's included in there. They are included in your first 10 Omicrons. Maybe it's time to move them up the ladder and make them some of your first Omicrons in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Tell me what you think. I'd love to hear from you. I think this is a point of open discussion that we need to start talking about for new accounts, because I don't want to lead people astray and have you get the Wampa Omicron, then you go out there and you can't do anything. It wouldn't matter if you had Wampa Omicron or not. You can't do anything against these rosters. You're facing off again in early rounds of Grand Arena. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's talk about it. Let's have a good discussion. I will talk to you very soon. As always, have a great day, and always, always remember, Nooch too good.